What's up, guys? I know it's been a minute since I filmed any new videos, but I've been really busy. Remember that trailer that we started on forever ago? This has been all of this weekend. So we got back from New Orleans on Monday night, and then day job Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So normal, you know, everything except Monday. But next to no sleep from the night before in Nashville coming back, but powered through, and then got to enjoy the nice Saturday, Sunday off by me not being at the shop and working on this. So it is higher than it was last time you saw it. We lifted it up higher because they're doing all the fab and patchwork, but any of these that didn't get blasted are getting cut out. So I just framed around the outsides here. So it's a nice clean surface on the outer edges to re-weld in the new stuff, which, you know, this side's done-ish, not final. I still gotta come back and knock down a bunch of these little sections too. But I was looking for, Jesse's gonna be up here working on this week, so I was looking for any of these spots so he knows what needs to get hacked away. So these are all gonna be replaced. Every single one of these center sections are getting replaced. The rear got kind of tacked in here with new plate. So it should be a pretty cool thing when it's all done. I got the top done today. All of the intersection top and bottom, minus that long rail there. This one's done, but the outer two, this flies. So I'll do that before we actually get ready to paint it. And then there's a couple little rust spots here and there, but I know he's gonna be doing more welding, so I wanna have it closer to done for him. But lots of new metal going in. Lots of work. I think him and I both kind of underestimated the amount of work on this thing, but all the stuff I blasted in the rear, yes, it's surface rusted again. We haven't put primer on it. I will be coming back and doing one quick dusting over everything again, but all new center section here. Tacked in, oh, come on, light. Reinforcement plates on both of these sides for the rear. Same thing here. Like, this is minor surface rust at this point. Like, you can literally hit that with a wire wheel in 2 seconds. It's bare metal again, or do some sort of chemical etching primer thing, but I'll just dust all that over before the final deal. Maybe you can see it a little better in here. So I'll do a quick blast on that, get the mill scale off to try and get some of that done. Might hit the rotors when we come back, and then just a lot of these little patch panels that are going in. So I wanted to get this done, but I'm running out of daylight real quick here. But yeah, all day today inside the trailer trying to get all of these little sections, again, windowing out all the sections that'll get welded, moving all this stuff. I almost ran out of diesel, so we had to run back out and do that. I was hoping to be a little bit, I would have had this section done yesterday, but I've been having issues with the compressor. I got a leak coming from the pump side that I gotta chase down. You can see that one there, that one there. So I gotta figure out where that's coming from. And then I fixed the cold start issue, and with that cold start advanced thing, so it's been starting way better. It was a little sluggish today, but I've been leaving it in the barn because it's been real cold, like 33, 34 degrees in the morning. But I've been leaving it in the barn, and that cold start advance worked awesome the first 2 or 3 days for cold start, rather. And then yesterday, fired right up. I was blasting all day, and then I had to run back to the shop and make another whip because I was doing all the end of the trailer work and it was killing me. So I made another whip end, and then came back to fire it up warm. Like, it was running for 4 or 5 hours, and then went to restart it. It fired up and then died, and it killed the fuse. Couldn't get it going, and then the oil pressure light sensor, the oil pressure sensor, was giving me issues with the electrical, so I tried bypassing those, jumping those, just to make sure I could get it fired up. Kept tripping the main fuse on the entire thing every time I went to start it. Hit the start button, trip, breaker. So I had to keep resetting that breaker. And then finally, I put the old oil pressure, I tried putting in an aftermarket car oil pressure gauge sending unit from the auto parts store. mad dash scramble trying to get all that done, and it was also not working. So wasted some cash on a part that didn't work, but that happens. And then finally I hooked the old oil pressure sensor up and then just looped the wires around it. I tried jumping them together to bypass the switch. Nothing. It would start and run, but if I let go of the start button, it just killed it and lost power. And then if I actually got it to fire up and run on its own, it made it about 10 seconds and then tripped it out. So eventually I just disconnected that cold start advance and it worked fine. So I had it all hooked back up today. When it's cold, it's fine. I ran it for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes at the barn before I came over here with everything hooked up, and as soon as it hit about 160 degrees, it tripped the fuse and died. So I think I'm in need of a new temp sensor for that cold start advance. I definitely need that to be working with how stubborn this is. I mean, this thing starts amazing, very easy to start, and it's not killing batteries like it was before I had that all hooked up. So that'll be next. To me, if it was running and started fine this morning, not as easy as it has the last couple days, but it was also colder, but it started up and then as soon as it hit 160, 170, somewhere in between there, and tripped it. So to me, that sounds like the cold start sensor. Well, it's basically a thermostat, 2-wire thermostat. That needs to be replaced. So I got one more hose to pick up here. I'll get over to the parts store tomorrow. I also need more rotary screw oil, which I don't think I can get local, unfortunately. I might have to order some, but I'm on the low side of average now with this new leak that developed. So gonna definitely need to grab some oil and that sensor and then keep kind of plugging away at this. And then hopefully by next weekend, they'll have more sheet metal stuff done on this trailer and we'll be ready to kind of get the final bits blasted and then welded, blasted, primed, so I don't have to keep coming back and touching up stuff. So let me pick up this hose and get on over to the barn. I don't know what's coming next. This could be the end of the video. If it is, we'll catch you on the next one. If not, this is what I've been doing and why I'm not working on anything fun. This has to get done. It's killing me. We're about halfway through a second pallet, but the rest of it should be pretty quick. I'm rambling. We'll see you later. It's kind of an oddball video. We're bouncing around like crazy because that's how my brain works. But Volvo wagon, back home, power steering is fixed, exhaust broke, welded up a glass pack in there, hoping it would be a lot quieter than it was with parts that I had at the shop. Didn't work, way too loud, way obnoxious. So I ripped that one apart. Again, just cut the glass pack sections that I just welded on there. I don't have enough pipe material for I think it's 2 1/4 inch to make that work in one piece. Parts store only had 2 18-inch sections. One's 2 inch, one's 2 1/4. None of it's smooth and easy, so I'm kind of playing that weird game of I left the car on the lift today, came back to the barn, I'll drive the truck for the next couple days, and the water pump is leaking more coolant than I would like, and it's only getting worse. So I definitely need to put a water pump and timing belt in. It's about 200,000 miles overdue based on the sticker that I have on the car. There was a water pump done, 92, 96,000 miles, something like that. I don't know about the interim, but I have the parts over at my buddy's shop for that. I might actually have to tackle that first. My goal was to get the emissions done first, get it to pass, and then I can address the water pump timing belt when I can get around to it. But now it's actually leaking a decent amount of coolant. I really don't want the coolant to be leaking onto the belt for the timing and then grenade the top end of the motor. I think Tuesday next week, I got election day off. I think I'm gonna try and schedule myself to work on that car. We're getting busy at the coating shop again, and we're up here at the barn because I don't have the heat hooked up. I don't have the night core hooked up yet. So this gas line was run around the shop. It goes across here, over, and then out to where the camper used to be. And that got ripped out when we were doing all the cleaning up in here. So now I have a T-split. So I grabbed a Sawzall, cut that off, and I need to put a plug or a ball valve in there. I don't know which yet, it doesn't really matter, but I need to seal that off because Nicor is coming out, or gas company's coming out, for anybody not local, on Friday to turn the meter on, which means they gotta do a walkthrough and check this and make sure nothing's leaking. And then we can get heat up here, and yeah. Punched the super glider around yesterday, and rear brakes are dead. Like, trips the brake light, but does not even remotely try to slow me down. So I got some brake work to do on this at some point. And then just got off the phone with the customer. We are doing all brand new parts on this. He doesn't mind. This is his baby, I believe. So we'll spend some cash on this, get some parts ordered, and then we can start jamming away on the Super Glide. It's kind of the plan there. Diesel compressor ran low on screw oil since I've been running it. I mean, I had to put some more oil in. It's got an oil separator, so it kind of spins it around. I don't know where it's leaking from. There is a chance it might be misting a little bit of oil on the pressure bleed off based on location. I need to look into it because rotary screw oil is about the cheapest I found, non-synthetic, is $100 a gallon. So that gallon over here, this was $100, and I used almost all of it to top off and bring the level back up where it needs to be, which is really unfortunate. If I need to do an oil separator on there, I'm looking at about $1,200 to $1,500 in parts, not including oil, which is 4 to 5 gallons. So about $2,000 for a screw service. That compressor has 640 hours on it now. I bought it with 60. I think it's still okay. I just gotta start chasing down where those leaks are coming from. And it's still a newer piece to me. Not new by any means, but newer to me. So we're gonna be bouncing back and forth between welding up the Volvo exhaust. That should be okay. I got a new oil pressure light for the bulb itself on the gauge panel that I gotta put in there because the bulb housing, the socket, the pin broke off. So I don't have a shutdown safety oil pressure light. I wanna put that back on there. It's an expensive piece of equipment. Dummy light is cheap to fix and repair. It's just a matter of time that I don't have. So Volvo's on the lift, compressor needs to get done, brakes need to get done on this, need to order parts for that, and every one of the bikes need a ton of work, but paying money work comes before playing with personal bike things for next year. Soft tail's good. Bagger needs master cylinder rebled for the front because it's set for too long. There's one of me, and I don't have the free time to jump on a bike and ride them. If I just ride them, they're fine. But we have a pressure loss through this cap, as you can see from the swollen gasket here. And no brakes. There's no resistance whatsoever. That's all the way to the bars. But that's another issue. And then there's a chance this weekend we might be doing some flip-flopping with Frankenstein. I will keep you guys posted as I hear a little bit more. But I think that might be going away. Frankenstein might be leaving, and I might be getting some equipment stuff that I think should help the channel and me personally, but also with the channel. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. We're kind of working out details and figuring things out with that. So that'll be a whole separate video. But yeah, that's where we're at. Still scrambling, still running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I have not been able to get back in the groove since coming back from New Orleans. Having a handful of days off, trying to balance day job, shop, here, customer stuff. I'm a little overwhelmed. So videos might slow down a little bit in the next couple weeks because of that, but just want to be transparent with you guys. This and the videos, as much as I love making them, as much as I like interacting with everybody, this is not the highest thing on the totem pole of what I need to get done on a daily basis. So if I fall behind, please don't hold it against me. If you do, that is what it is. I can't help that, but I still work a 40-hour work week at a day job, and then go to the powder coating shop, and then try and cycle in the barn stuff. I don't know what it looks like on the internet or what it looks like for you as a viewer, but I am extremely busy. And me taking last week off, I just feel absolutely buried right now. Traveling for the wedding, which was a blast. I don't regret any of it. It's just now it's catch-up mode. So I don't know where this video is going. I don't know what is going to come from that. It's going to be a lot of separate clips of cutting exhaust pipes and welding and time lapses and who knows. Enjoy. Or we'll see you on the next one. One of the two.